today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's a special Halloween presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the New York Giants.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
To the air right away is May. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. May. Hunter Henry brings it in. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Play action. May. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's May. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. They'll throw with May. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. To the air, May. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Here's May. Thibodeau. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback from the University of Illinois.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. And this will be a Giants 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Tracy going to get it on 1st down. He'll get this to about the 38. And they're going to speed things up here. To throw on 2nd down. Leach has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Throwing on 1st down. Leach, flush to his right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
That's complete to Wicks. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And a nice gain at 21 yards. We're scoreless after 1. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Daniel Bellinger, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and now it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's May. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That one taken in by Neighbors. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 1st down, Leach. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The Giants at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors there to make the grab. And the Giants go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. This time the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Throwing here is May. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll throw on 1st down with May. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. On 2nd down, here's May. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 3rd and 12. Back to throw. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Leach. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Malik Neighbors with career touchdown number 75. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
And of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Short pass caught by Henry. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now May to throw on second down. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Short pass caught by Henry. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And in the second quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. The Vikes locked in a tight one, but this is...
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st and 10, Leach. Another pass complete to Bellinger. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Second down and a yard. Tracy trying the right side. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. This is caught. Touchdown, Giants. Daniel Bellinger with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Throwing now, May on 1st down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to have a Patriots 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. 2nd down, May. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough. Looking to throw. Leach. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Leach. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back to throw again. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his 1st sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. There he goes left side. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Dexter Lawrence able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with May. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and the Giants are going to get the football back. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll hand it to Tracy. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Leach. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. A great effort there, with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's May. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, May with it. Complete. It's Henry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. 7 yards there and a first down. Back to throw here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Dexter Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case...
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Oh, the spin. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Leach, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. So the completion good for just 3, and that's going to bring up second down. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
2nd and 10 now. May with it. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. Loose inside the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Leach. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Giants, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.